Welcome back to Stirred Up. We've got something really special cooking for you this week. We are bringing to you a bonus Monday episode, and trust us, you don't want to miss this. We're sitting down with none other than Alice Little, the most successful legal sex worker in America. She's bold, she's brilliant, and she's breaking barriers in one of the most controversial industries out there. Alice is sharing her story, her business savvy, and the reality behind an industry most people only whisper about. This conversation is raw, it's eye-opening, and it's guaranteed to get you stirred up. So mark your calendar, Monday, special guest, Alice Little on the Stirred Up podcast. You're not going to want to miss this one.
Welcome to Stirred Up.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Heather.
We're two Midwest corporate pros and moms juggling boardrooms by day and ballparks by night.
But here, it's happy hour, and we're trading conference rooms for craft beer. This season, expect more tea spilling and real talk.
About the important stuff and the bullshit that comes with it. This is our version of Girls Night Out.
And you're not just invited, you're our VIP. It's where we throw back, talk smack, and laugh until we pee.
Where we spill a little, spin a little, and overshare a lot.
Because the only rail we're staying on is the bar rail. So grab a drink, you little party animal.
And let's get this shit stirred up.
Welcome.
Say welcome to Stirred Up.
Welcome to Stirred Up.
I'm Jessica.
I'm Heather. That was Peyton.
That was Peyton.
Welcome to Stirred Up.
We've got a full studio today.
We've got a full studio today. We got golden retrievers, children, a lot of fucking feelings. Between the mother who's sending her child to first grade and the mother who sent her child to his senior year, my eyes are fucking twitching. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's okay. We got this. They're good things. It's all good things.
I don't know. I think eventually it's good. I think when you're in it, it feels a little bit
overwhelming. I think it's creating a superpower. Like, I think it's all good stuff.
Mm-hmm. What have you learned about being the mother of a first grader that's no longer in kindergarten?
She's in kindergarten.
I know. Oh, sorry. The mother of a non-preschool who's entering kindergarten.
I haven't learned anything yet. It's only been a couple of days.
You got to learn something. You learned about lunches. What'd you learn about the microwave? What's your takeaway there?
There is no microwave. She's cold lunch, or she can just hop in line. My favorite thing that she's told is that there's no naps and you wear your shoes all day. That's what she's told us.
No naps anywhere. So I did find, you know what's really interesting? I don't have a lot of recollection of things that happened when I was a kid. Only the traumatizing ones, not the fun.
Naturally.
Not the 98% that happened well, just the 2% that was fucking pure shit. But I do remember taking a nap on a cot for the first time.
Me too. I remember
and be
that.
Like, bitch, are we going to take off our shoes or what? Like, my mother would never allow shoes past the front rug, let alone up in the bed.
When you're sleeping.
So it was just like, you want me to sleep in these conditions? So that is really interesting. That is still odd to a child.
Yeah. Well, because they have carpet at preschool, so they take off their shoes and put them in their cubby.
Yeah, nice. How's
the school process going for you?
I almost went on TikTok live on Sunday. So I think I told you this last episode. We got rid of the rooster. You can make too much noise. You better watch out. Your mother won't be having that.
Peyton, try not to make any noise at all.
Peyton Lynn. What?
Anyways.
You better buck up. She already tunes out.
I know.
Like, it's not even a thing.
I can't even talk about it. Because she hears everything.
This bee over here is something.
I'm taking my firewall for this.
Yeah, you're going to need it. And her full-blown Barbie, like, this woman has been going to school looking like she's going to the Met every single day.
For a year, more than a year. I told her she couldn't dress up. She couldn't wear any princess outfits in kindergarten, that it wasn't allowed anymore in kindergarten.
That worked out well. You just went to Barbie? What's that?
We were, like, meeting in the middle. She told me she couldn't wear long dresses, but it's okay to wear that.
Is that what she considers her casual look?
She has gym class tomorrow, so I'm going to try to negotiate this. I don't know how we're going to do it. But.
Just put tennis shoes. If she really wants to wear a dress, what my mom used to allow to happen is my tennis shoes with my dress with biker shorts underneath.
Yeah, that's what she wears.
Yeah,
that's what she wears.
So your kukuka-cha's not out.
Yeah, she's not wearing tennis shoes at the moment, but she has it in a week. I also figured, like, girls wear dresses for religious reasons, so this is her religion.
So here's what I texted my family, if I'll tell you how this is going. I am
Cheers
trying.
me so I can have my
Okay, let's
fireball.
share it. I'm going to walk you through a little bit of this process because I feel like it's super relatable for a lot of our audiences. Both you, like, rites of passage for kids are, like, exciting and, like, overwhelming and, like, all the things. So, like, you have a rite of passage with her going to kindergarten, and I have a rite of passage with, like, my last middle schooler, my first, like, all the things.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, even though I'm really trying to soak in every minute, and I felt like we were prepared, the night before school started was a shit show. I realized we had 12 loads of laundry and like we didn't have enough notebooks, and like I also go overboard. I don't know how to just get a couple groceries to start the week.
Right.
Like I only know how to
You
do
should see my fridge.
all
I have,
the
like,
laundry,
6
all
meals
the
a day.
groceries. Like we are fucking ready for war over here, but it was a shit show to get there. And then at the same
Mike is
time,
gone?
and Mike's gone. So here's my message Monday, 5:00. Okay, we start school Tuesday. Mike, this is the family group text, the 5 of us. Voice texting so you have transparency to this message. Today has been great. We're getting very organized for school. However, I have one ask that I have been asking since the beginning of the summer that I don't care what needs to happen. It's going to get done tonight.
He was home at this point, right? Or he was gone?
Gone.
Okay.
I have spent the last 12 hours straight doing laundry, and that does not count for what you already did when you left.
I was going to
Mike.
say, doesn't Mike normally do the laundry?
I have 6 loads left, and both boys' closets are exploding, and there is no room to put anything, so that leaves me with 2 choices. 1, I'm going to throw everything dirty away because they already have enough clothes to wear. Or 2, they get their closet cleaned out as asked. My hourly rate is beep, an hour. And I have spent my entire day getting this family organized so we can have a good school year. All I am asking is them to organize and hang up their clean clothes out of their thousands and thousands of dollars worth of them in their closet. I want written and verbal communication in this message, and to me that this will happen the minute they get home from practice.
Like
Liviana did all of the dishes
the
for
kids
school
confirmed?
stuff.
The kids confirmed?
I want them to confirm. I am calling them out in front of their father. They call it when they don't call it rage, they call it I'm crashing out.
Yeah.
So I no longer crash out, I just tattle to their father. You want to see somebody
crashing out.
crash the fuck out?
Yeah.
Well, okay. I'll just text Dad on his business trip because you fuckers couldn't do one simple thing I asked.
Yep.
Then I followed with, Liviana did all of the dishes. Her school stuff is ready. Her room is cleaned out. Her clothes are organized. And now she's sitting me, helping me fold yours. I have asked Reeve 10 times, and he has agreed after argument with 0 action. The only text I get back was, Reeve, check my closet, bro.
Bro, oh my God. That's all that came back. Not a single word from anybody else.
I said, you have probably 3 baskets full of clean clothes up there. Do you have a place to put them? Yep. Okay. Where's your pile for the Salvation Army? Did you do your drawers? Yes, I like all my stuff, to be honest. Everything fits besides the shorts I put inside your door. Okay, is there room for all of the shit I am washing still? Yes, okay, love you. Next time, don't give me a hard time. Love you, too. Nice rage bait. It works. I didn't rage. I tattled to Dad. That's a difference. And then I said,
out of rage.
all hail King Reeve, who had already done everything I had asked, but not until I had asked 10 times. Bennett is now considered the worst child in the family until he fulfills his duties. Mama loves you all. Mike says,
did it result in action?
5 hours later, Mike texts back.
Okay.
All your shit better be done. Happy wife, happy life. Don't fuck up my world or everyone else's shit will get fucked up. Love you all. That's how it's going over here. I'm fucking had it. I used to care about their feelings, like every single point of them, and then I'm really slowly getting carded to be like, no one gives a fuck but me. So at some point, I gotta toughen this crowd up, or they're gonna get ate alive by life.
No, I 100,000% agree with that, and I think 2 things can be
I'm gonna
true.
burn your clothes in my front yard if you can't fucking put them away. I'm sorry, I'm done with it.
2 things can be
Outta
true.
here.
You can still care about like them and their well-being and their feelings, and say motherfuckers like own up, because they're not caring about your feelings in return if they're ignoring you. Am I right?
I'm pissed. Bennett's room still isn't clean. But now he's throwing on me like, I'm taking everyone to school and I'm doing that. And so then I got real uptown real uptown dow bitch mad. And I said, well, if you don't clean up your room, the cleaning lady's not coming in there. Like, what the fuck is even that? Fucking puke. True. I should say, if you don't clean up your room, I'm going to throw that shit out the window and I'm going to let the neighbors pick from it.
Yeah. Well, that's next. That's next level.
I paid for a lot of it. So that's part of the problem, you know. And the thing is I'm making humor out of a certain circumstance. But I will tell you I am trying to soak in every moment, and it is fun. And it was actually fun getting ready for school.
Yeah.
But
we had a great day, she starts. And these motherfuckers don't listen.
You know?
Okay. I mean, so you're telling me it doesn't get better. They don't listen.
It gets worse.
The kids did help clean our house on Tuesday night or Monday night. I can't remember. It was one of these nights this week. Their toys were just thrown everywhere, and I literally could not care less about it until tomorrow. I had like my daily priorities, and that just wasn't going to make it, and I just was going to live in it. If I had extra time, great. If not, like, I was just going to deal. Well, I think I was still finishing cooking dinner or something and getting everything laid out. And Matt had the kids start picking up toys, like just kind of in rapid fire, and turn the music on loud and like make a party out of it. And he walks over to one of the kids, I think it was Clay, under his breath, like kind of quietly, he's like, so many toys. Because he was so tired of picking them up. And then Peyton got tired of it too. And he said, fine, then we'll just start throwing them away. So she did. She starts putting things in the trash. And he's like, what are you doing? You can't do that.
I don't give a shit. I don't want to pick this up again.
Right. She was tired of it. She was done. So she did what he said. She's putting them in the trash. So he's picking through the trash, getting out like markers and drawing pads and like stuff. And he ended up putting them away. I'm like, I guess you can't threaten that if you're not really willing to follow through. She's out.
She is out. Did she find her?
I don't know. Did you see her go in or not? No. She then came back out to give me an egg.
Okay. Okay. Moving right along. We also went to the fair, and we watched Roastin' Tires. Yeah, and Andy in the Astro van won. It smelled like hell. We both came home with black shit all over our face.
I know. I thought you had like mascara. I thought it was you who was the hot mess. And then I saw it all over my forehead in the mirror for who knows how long that's been on my face.
Dude.
And we were just all a hot mess.
Jessica and I went to the demolition derby, and you've probably been to one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't remember the burnout contest being such a feature.
I don't remember the burnout contest being such a feature. Yeah. That's why I was like, we literally showed up. We were like 10 minutes late, intentionally. Like, it wasn't really a thing to be late to.
We were like maybe right on time.
The burnout was like the main event. And literally what they do, if you can imagine it.
Well, it felt like the main event. I don't think it actually was. Like,
you're right. It was the first what do you call it? The warm-up, the fluffer?
Yeah. But it kind of took a long time.
The opening act.
Yeah, the opening act. Yeah.
And it's literally this giant tractor tire or some sort of heavy equipment tire laying in the middle of what I would call either the concert arena or the...
And I've never seen such a big tire. Like, I cannot fathom what it came from. Like, I've looked at tractors ever since then, looking to see, is there a tractor that has a tire this big?
It's a fucking huge tire.
I mean, bigger than this room.
So they take the cars out, and they're not like, some are muscle cars, some are like literally an Astro van one. Like, look up a bronze and maroon Astro van from the 90s that won the burnout.
It had
there were like 3-wheel cars, there was a motorcycle, and they pull in and they put the nose of their car like almost up to the tire.
No, definitely, because that's what's keeping them holding still, right?
Right, but it's almost up to it, and then when they hit their gas, I think it kind of... And that's what clicks the button, the light, is my assumption. And they time it. So you have like 1 minute to burn out. And they literally...
Oh, maybe that's right.
Hit down on their gas and just burn their tires. And the whole arena... I'm sitting down. Fills up with smoke. Act 1 for me. Never been there before. It's like, take me to dinner first. You know what I'm saying? And then the wind blew, and I could not see Jessica sitting next to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is this what the figure 8 means? And then they got to the racing part, which I thought was
that fun?
Very, very, very fun. It would have been more fun if we could have bid.
Oh yeah, we could put bets on our own bets.
We should have made bets. Okay, that would be fun.
Okay, upgrade for next year.
And then also like... make it to the end because I bet the talent or like it just kept, I felt like the racers just kept getting better and better as we went.
Yeah.
Clay could have sat there for 4 more hours.
Yeah.
Peyton was fucking over before that bitch started.
100%.
And I was happy either way. I'd seen enough and I was happy to stay, but I'd seen enough.
Totally how I felt. Clay had been talking about it all weekend, and we've now watched Demolition Derby on YouTube in the morning when he wakes up on the occasion. He likes to watch tractors and Demolition Derby. He calls it crashing cars. And he pretends now he's got like racing cars. He keeps them in his pockets. Like, I think we have 100 cars just scattered throughout all of the places where he exists, so that he has a car at any given moment. And he has them like running into stuff. For a while, he had his on the boat. He took his sunglasses, and his racing cars were running up against his glasses because they were doing the burnout. He pretends. It's so cute.
It was very cute.
Yeah, he had a blast. I had fun. I thought that was great.
I'm a big fan of the fair, especially at our kids' age. I think you could actually probably go, your kids' age, you could probably go 3 nights. You could probably just do the derby and grab a snack. You could do a little bit of rides, and then you could spend the whole night at the barn and not see the same things and have a completely different experience.
Right.
At the same time, having a full redneck bone experience. Also, I reflected on how awkward it is to eat a foot-long corn dog in front of strangers.
I think that's
It's not something I'm comforted with.
Fair enough, but nobody noticed. What I noticed when
Have you ever seen me eat food? It's like a man.
Good point.
I don't eat food like...
It's like you're going after it.
I eat like once a day. So when I eat
like big.
like
a lot and fast.
Yeah, I just get it over with.
I observed that everybody that I saw at the fair that night was dressed for their best. And the definition of best varies widely and is like extremely as cringeworthy. I don't know. So there was like a lot of rhinestones and fancy hats, but weird hats, and like just the things. I don't know where these people think that their tattoos belong there. Like there was just stuff that I saw. I just don't know. Everyone comes out of the woodwork, and it's wild to me. That's so
how
wild.
I felt the same day I went downtown and everybody came out of the woodworks. Like, I feel more comfortable in a fair environment because I know where these people come from.
Yeah.
Like, they generally live on 5 to 8 acres with a hobby farm, and...
Not the people walking into the Demolition Derby, though. That was different.
No, they rev shit up.
Yeah.
They rev shit the fuck up.
I mean, the people that we were sitting around,
My sister dated a car racer.
Farmers and stuff.
My sister dated a car racer. It's a lifestyle. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Takes all types.
I don't know.
Just
but that
like
was
anything.
fun. I'm glad we did that. That was
so fun.
like,
and some of those
a
drivers
jam.
were very talented and very fun to watch.
We had our first scheduled live that night too on TikTok and
people
Facebook.
watched us.
Yeah.
At first, they didn't.
Shout out Sean Wilson.
Shout out Sean Wilson.
Did you see his comment? We were 4 minutes late, and he was like, my time is worth more than that. You motherfucker. Okay, we'll be on time next time.
Fuck you, motherfucker. We'll see you next week.
I love that.
It was very good. It was like, you're our audience. Also, big fucking news in other worlds. Taylor Swift was on New Heights podcast.
Yeah. What'd you
and
think?
she, well, we've already talked about this. So I am a complete, she's a storyteller.
I'm
and
an
I actually
emerging
think,
Swiftie too. I'm becoming, I think.
I mean, you gotta be. I mean, what is even happening?
I was always supportive, but I wasn't like the obsessive, like defend her at my right at dawn kind of Swiftie.
Yeah.
I might become that one day.
I relate to so many of her songs, and I've only had one husband and not a lot of boyfriends, and I still find her experiences, like the way she writes, like she's just really incredible.
Yeah.
So I thought that was super fun, and I thought that what she said was like, it was really risky for both. It wasn't risky, it was smart. It was sort of like, Jason and Travis Kelce don't actually need this podcast either. Like, I think it was a platform for them, but they are their own brand. And the podcast now is a platform, not the brand. And they can go and do a bunch of other things. I think they actually
100%
enjoy the
that.
podcast.
Yeah.
Their brother, like you and I enjoy this, right?
They have maybe more lucrative ventures, right? Like they make more money on other things, and they're not trying to make this the thing, but it is the way that they can have the control and ownership over their voice as they are and become public figures.
That's a good
Like
point.
the whole Pat McAfee he did basically the same thing. You don't need to be on ESPN and go by their rules. You create your own platform and your own rules, and then ESPN comes knocking on your door and wants, what you have to offer. So
That's what it's about right there.
yeah.
Holler back, girl.
Shout out Pat McAfee.
Yeah. Call us.
Kudos.
Jessica won't let us sell any part of this franchise, but you could at least help us.
And he did it. And
Yeah,
Joe Rogan never did. Like, the more I learn about people who remain independent, the more it feels like, not just in podcasts, but like, I don't know. There's a handful of like weird things. There's like a clay plate company. In one of the like case study videos that I watched of this entrepreneur, basically, like his story, one of the first things he said was, we never took on investors. We took out...
You told me that from the beginning.
Yeah, we took out loans to do the kilns, to afford kilns that we could pay back very quickly because it just is...
Yeah, I mean, some SBA loans just make sense. Like, what's the difference of selling a PFAS?
But an investor gets equity. Selling long-term equity.
Right. And then someone's going to tell us what to do. Then they're going to tell us what to do.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
We don't want anybody to tell us what to do. We're over it.
Yeah.
Bye. Today was also like a really special day for Jess and I. And
I wanted to talk about that.
I really do. It was super special. And
we got to meet a couple listeners.
We did. One goes back and knows me since before I had my period. I mean, truly.
Yeah.
And one we literally just met, and actually I think became more of someone who enjoys listening to us. Like, I think Amy was happy to see us. I think Jan was really happy to see us. And she walked in, and I literally looked at Jessica and was like, she's our listener. Like,
yeah.
She's us.
Yeah.
She's on her way. She's our people. She was on her way, not knowing we're going to meet her unless Amy lied and didn't tell her the truth.
I feel like she knew.
Yeah, she knew. So she bought Jess and I this summer. She had made Jess and I Fireball t-shirts, and she had put Fireball in a plastic bag, and I put it in the garage with other things that I was kind of putting away for the podcast.
So you sold it in the garage sale?
No, I put it in my garage. Amy dropped it off during the garage sale.
I know, but your garage is the holding place for garage sale.
Nope, we had the garage at the neighbor's house.
Oh.
That's the difference. Michael stuck it somewhere. Anyways, I lost the shirts Jan made us, and I wanted Jess and I to record with those shirts on. So I texted Amy, and I was like, I cannot find these shirts. Can you reach out to Jan and tell her, please reorder them. I'll Venmo you, whatever. Mm-hmm. And Amy's like, oh my God, I think she might do them herself.
Yeah, I think so too. I think she made them.
And her quality's, I mean,
top
the
notch.
color's fucking top notch.
Yeah,
they're really cool. The sizes are perfect. She nailed it. And she said, well, I already texted her, no cost. She'll have them done immediately. I'll drop them off, or we're going to New Vines. I don't remember how it happened. And I was like,
Crazy Vines.
Crazy Vines.
Shout out Crazy Vines.
Shout out Crazy Vines. We got to talk about Crazy Vines. Okay. Big fan. $5 pours for happy hour. And the Pinot Grigio was not Italy, but fucking better. So good. Loved it. I loved it. It was so good. This woman has now never met us, is making us 2 sets of shirts, doesn't want to charge us. Like, I'll just come pick them up. And so I screenshot you, and you're like, I'll come.
Yeah.
So we fucking get there, and poor fucking Jan is trying to just have happy hour, not knowing we're coming, having happy hour with Amy, her buddy, who's my friend. And Jan is driving down the road in her Mini Cooper, mine and her Mini Cooper, minding her own damn business. And she's on Saginaw Road or wherever she was, like a mile from her work and another half mile from where she needed to go. And a dead tree fell down on top of her Mini Cooper, smashed her car. And so Jessica and I passed her with the ambulance and all that crap on the way. And so she came into, where'd we go?
Crazy Vines.
Yep.
She's all like
motherfucking fucking tree, whatever. And then she sat down, and she's so
great.
fun. I could have stayed for a couple more hours. It was really interesting.
It was
Jan and Amy are in 2 different, even like generations in terms of the years they were born.
Yeah.
They're buddies. Like, Jan knows Amy inside and out, and Amy knows Jan. Like, all the stories I've known Amy's whole life, like, Jan knows that and the future. So to sit
Yeah.
across from somebody and know like intricate, and then you have this other person that you both know. And you're like, I can tell you every detail when I rolled cigarettes for her mom in the kitchen. I had said to my neighbor yesterday, I was like, you know, I have a really interesting idea. Like I have women in my life who are at a different season, whether it be age, generally age, and their children, their career. And then other women my age also have women in an age gap and at the same age. It's not an age thing, but it's an experience thing. I don't know how to explain it. But what I would love to do is be like, you bring your Beth and I bring my Kate or my auntie.
Yeah.
And we have like we have a dinner party and we just swap.
My Beth is coming to Midland soon.
Right? Like she's mine and you get my whatever. And like you get this like, I don't know. All I know is that Jane Fonda said it a long time ago, and you can hate or fucking love Jane Fonda for not liking Vietnam and chaining herself to whatever.
Like,
but what she did say is men look out and look at women, look out to look at women, and women sit down and look at each other. And the older I get, the more I realize that there is the relationship Amy and Jan have 40 years into their lives is just as strong, powerful, and like loving as like, I don't know. It was very cool.
No, I feel that. I think I've always had connections with, especially coworkers who have more experience than me, who are older than me. Like, I'm not just learning from their experience at work. I don't know. It's not even just, it's about the, like, there's a different connection there. It's not about, like, it's not a one-way thing. There's just a really good, genuine...
Like your friends. Like, that's your friend. Like,
yeah.
I think for the first time, like, some of the people who maybe even I saw as a mentor, they still are, but not a mentor. Like, you see, it's like a hierarchy. Like, you see your parents. Like, there's certain...
Oh, yeah. Like, have some sort of respect to...
Yeah, and I still
like
have that.
Seniority.
And they also, at the same time, in the inverse, saw us as kids. When you hit this, like, middle age, this 40 thing, you're in this, like, this 50 thing, 40, you're in this incredibly sweet spot of the people who you see as your elders or a subordinate of now see you as an equal.
Yeah.
But at the same time...
But there is still, you know...
Mad props. I mean, if you've managed to experience any sort of life and you're willing to give that to me, I think that's the power. And I think that's... Nobody told me that about midlife, that we would have the opportunity to...
Like, have that kind of connection with somebody. Yeah.
You don't have to be in the same grade. So what was your take? Tell me what you thought. Like I got really deep into The View, but it was also very fun to like hang out with someone we never met, and like it was very easy.
I was thankful that I was able to come.
I was like wondering like why you had to leave so. I'm like, fucking daycare must have got that shit pushed right up because normally we got to be there before 5.
And I'm like, I have doctor's appointments, like things that I just like. I knew Peyton's school was starting.
That's
on this
a tough spot. Her pickup's tough.
Yeah. So, anyways, I have like help. Anyways, it felt very, like, I felt like I was dropping in really quickly. I was thankful to have been able to come. I felt like I was getting to sit at a table with somebody that I could easily, like, I could meet for 10 minutes. I could walk into a bar. We could see each other. I could sit down at the table and sit for hours and it feel like we've known each other for a long time. So, I just felt thankful to have been able to make that meeting, and I hope that I get to see Jan and Amy again. I just thought that was like a fucking blast.
Okay, so tonight we have a big get. And we talked about this a little bit on the live, but I think we need to sort of talk about how we're going to reinvent the wheel. So this season, you're going to expect the same head and the same dress.
Yeah.
Hopefully. We're going to try to get, I'm personally going to try to get a little less tipsy in the first hour.
I'm not. Here I am.
Because now that I drink less because I work all the time, I have zero tolerance anymore. You know what I mean? Like my tolerance is dwindling.
I'm still working on drinking less.
I'm getting into my winter months though, where IPAs keep me warm. And so does Fireball.
What else is new for us in season 2?
New news. So we're going to just not talk about brands. We're going to talk about culture. And I think what we're kind of evolving to and what Jess and I've always found super interesting is like people's stories. And so we're going to continue to try to tell our own story in our own life and maybe not just talk about brand stories, but talk about people's stories, industry stories, current event, and like try to find the human piece to it.
Yeah.
Because I think at the end of the day, like the stirred up table is a table that, we don't want wankers and dicks.
Yeah.
If you're a wanker or you're a dick, you're not allowed at our table.
Yeah.
But if you're not a wanker and you're not a dick, like this is a fairly big table. Mm-hmm. And so we're trying to bring more stories into the table to bust myths, to allow people a platform to learn.
Perspectives.
To surprise
perspectives,
to tell stories. I think we get really into the story, and you get in. I think what's interesting about us is you have covered the business element of what we're going to talk about, which is the business of women, women's bodies, all the way from how much we spend to take care of ourselves to, some numbers that are a little dangerous around the black market piece around, and then pieces around pornography and pieces around illegal and legal sex work, and just like women in general, the cost of us to maintain us, the dangers. And then I think what's really taken an exciting turn is, we're going to get the opportunity to speak to someone who is a woman, who has a point of view, a platform, I think a strong purpose in what she's trying to do, but also is in an industry that is taboo, that is highly criticized, that probably minimizes her as a human.
Yeah.
And so I hope that as we continue, like we said, to bring more people on the show and learn more things. I mean, you and I said this before, like if we didn't get to sit down and just fucking shoot the shit, like what's the point?
Yeah.
Like it's going to be super fun to give a story to our audience, but also like sit down and shoot the shit and meet somebody.
Yeah.
So tonight we get to meet who? Because Jessica fucking nailed it.
Alice Little.
Alice Little.
The highest paid sex worker in the United States. Thank you very much.
Welcome. When you come, welcome to Stir It Up. And I'm so nervous. I'm nervous.
We'll give
I'm fucking
her due diligence of an intro.
I'm nervous.
I am too. We should be nervous. Like what performers don't go up on stage and get a little nervous, especially in their like next level up.
I am so curious that I need to balance my curiosity with respect and put my communication hat back on, like right message, right place, like time.
Yeah.
But I also kind of feel like I just want to know everything at once.
Yeah, me too. Well, we'll do our best to like juggle all of that.
Do you think that it makes sense to tell a little bit, like take a little bit of a break and then...
Yeah, well, let's get into the real tea and like let's weave in Alice, what we, whatever. Like, let's get into the real tea. Is there anything else you want to talk about in this spell?
I shall look.
Okay.
My girlfriend Meg moved away. We're going to a comedy show actually on Friday. So Mike and I are going to be, right, we're going in and out just like we do. And she moved from Midland down closer downstate.
Okay.
And Mike and I were down there this weekend playing soccer with Liv, and it just happened to be like in Meg's
backyard,
brand new neighborhood. So she's like, come on over. Perfect. Great. We're hanging out this weekend too. And I was like, we got to go over. We got to see the house. She's on the 9th hole of a golf course. So she's like, the shit you fucking hear on the 9th hole is wild. Like you're halfway into the drinking, the truth. Like she's heard more shit on the 9th hole in like 4 weeks than she's heard in Midland in 40 years, I'm sure. So that was really fun. But then she was also like, yeah, all the neighbors are super nice. And she's like pointing and she's pointing. She goes, oh, and these guys brought us over something and gave us a pineapple card that says welcome to the neighborhood. I said, bitch, I'm putting that on the podcast. They want you and daddy to swing.
Oh my God, yes.
So if you don't, this is our call to action. This is my public service announcement. If
have you ever been recruited with a pineapple?
Have you ever been recruited to partake in, what do you even call it? Like a
swingers group?
Yeah, like a, what do you call it? Trade it off?
Trade it off. Is she doing it?
No! She's like, sweet, watch and get off the bus. No. She did not say that. They don't even ride the bus. But I was just like, Maggie. So what was funny is the last place they lived in Midland, they lived on like an estate. Literally, like the fucking fortress of an estate. And next to them was another estate with a giant pineapple flag out front. I'm like, these fuckers must
she
look
just
at...
knows where to go.
They look at you and daddy and they think fresh ass
pineapple.
Meat. I said, what are you going to do? She goes, I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I had to explain to her that was a problem. before.
Wait, is it a problem though? Like, we're just venturing into sex work in our next episode, in our next content. Like,
I actually think it's not. It's kind of like if you think about, I don't really have any, and this would be interesting too, like to get into like the world of like, where do you beat people up? Like you strap them up and yeah.
Oh, BDSM. That's how Alice got started.
Okay, BDSM.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a safe word, but in the reverse is sort of how I look at it. So you're actually saying to your neighbor, welcome to the neighborhood. I'm going to be friendly. I'm willing to be your friend, be neighborly, not fuck with your kids, maybe get your mail. But also if you're down to fuck, here's your invite. Like there's some courtesy. There's some courtesy with that. So thank you. I got there.
Like it's funny.
It's a formal invitation. Yeah. But if you think about BDSM, like what's your safe word? So if you think about it in the back. So if the safe word is, if you think about the inverse, maybe it's not the safe word, but the initial symbol is like, hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if mama texts us back and like, thanks for the cookies.
Yeah.
Or if mama texts us back eggplant emoji.
Yeah, you're
That's like leading opportunity management.
Because also if you are like swingers and you're trying to, recruit other people to swing with, how else are you going to do it?
What's your safe word? Like what's your barrier to entry?
Yeah.
In the inverse.
Okay, I see. It's
what's
not
your
a
symbol?
safe word. It's not an outward.
It's a symbol. Like what's your
signal?
I have a different situation in my life where I've got somebody kind of struggling a little bit and with, the things of life, the brains, the mental health. And I was like, give me a safe word. Like send me a fucking fire emoji. Like
when you need help. Like,
whatever you need. So I kind of think about it the same way. Like it's a symbol.
But this one is for sex.
I'm like, that was forward. Like
how else are you to do it?
But also I still feel it falls in two paths. If you're truly just trying to give mama girl some cookies and a card and you don't know.
Yeah.
Like that's what
oh my God, what would you do? Okay.
I don't think some people know.
No, true. Right. Like
pineapples mean you are
down DTF.
You're down for open relationships.
So like if you have, oh my God, there's just too much. Okay. So what if you were somebody who did not know? You sent a card to your neighbor and was like, welcome to the fucking neighborhood. And they were they were DTF, whether or not they're experiencing it.
And then just come over hanging from the balcony when all Sandra was doing was signing a card?
No, they show back up with their, to return the cookie plate with their own,
with their own cookies. That's what I mean. Like, what if they were really, what if the jester was completely, and I'm using the word ignorant, innocent.
Yeah, it is. That is ignorant.
What if it was
unknown?
But then, my friend and her husband are like, finally, and they show up with their, shit on a platter. That's awkward. Either way, we have to the point of my conversation is we have to have a public service announcement. I'm sorry about the pineapple. I don't know what to tell you. If you're a big pineapple fan and you like pineapple art or pineapple thank you cards or pineapple over whatever.
It's been taken over by the swingers.
It's been taken over. It's no longer your fruit.
Yeah.
Get a new fruit.
I have a friend who has a pineapple art.
So does Mike's parents. It's this beautiful watercolor in their kitchen.
Yeah, they have the same one. I think she has the same one. And I've seen it on. I should probably tell her,
bro. And some of the innocence is funny. So I also think that okay, you're two neighbors. Two neighbors are down to to know all the neighbors, and two neighbors just sent an innocent card. So you show up at their house. There's no better way to break the ice.
Before we tap into the real tea, we've got a message from a new sponsor and a personal friend of mine, leadership coach Lisa Tarkington. Every single one of us can reflect on a time where they might have felt in a season of transition or feeling stuck trying to get to the next level of leadership and career development, perhaps shifting from a tactical execution to true strategic leadership. That leap can feel overwhelming and sometimes really frustrating, but you don't have to do it alone. So what Lisa does is she helps people that maybe feel stuck, Maybe they're battling from some self-doubt or just wishing they had stronger communication, wishing someone understood them the way that they're trying to convey themselves in certain areas of key leadership skills. Many people, including myself, don't realize that actually a coach is the one that can help you get to that next level. So Lisa is a personal friend of mine, and I've gotten to watch her journey helping people in all aspects of life, overcoming some of those skills that prevent each and every one of us from getting to the next level in our career is what she excels in identifying and then overcoming. She's done it herself, and now she's in the business of coaching others. So Lisa is an adventurer at heart. She's a guide by design. She's a certified coach through the International Coaching Federation with both corporate and entrepreneurial experience. She's going to put you first in guiding you to meet your goals and step fully into the leader you're meant to be. Here's the thing. Coaching works. 80% of the people who coach do report increased self-confidence that help them get to that next level. Over 70 benefit from that improved performance and stronger communication. The results do come through. Thousands of leaders have already grown through Lisa's coaching and workshops, and now it's your turn. So here's how you can find out. Head to lisatarkington.com/coaching and get your free consultation. When you talk to her, let her know that Jessica sent you or mention the podcast. Again, that's lisatarkington.com/coaching, because leadership isn't about getting things done. It's about becoming the leader you're meant to be. Shall we do the real tea and a fireball shot?
The bear shit in the woods. What are we talking about today?
I would even, so we're talking about, like, I think for me, the question is, I don't know, this, so you drove this topic, I'll just say. I think the topic we will get to basically is that the discussion will revolve around is like, what's a woman worth? What's the price and value of a woman's body?
Of a body. To maintain it, where has it been used both at will and against will to generate revenue? This isn't a conversation about, and we will have conversations about women in sports and women in business and women in media and entertainment. And like, we'll dissect all of what we're not worth, right, in a lot of rooms.
Yeah, and this crosses over.
But I think the conversation today, what we really wanted to get started of is, from one point of view, I know a lot of women, including myself, who spend a little or a lot of money taking care of themselves. Whether it be skincare, hair color, etc. What does it cost? What's the industry worth? Like, what's the cost to like just sort of baseline maintain yourself? And what is the average woman spending on herself? We talked about that. We talked about like, what's the cost to be a woman? Like,
yeah, like, why do we do all these things?
Why do we do all these things? What's the worth of our bodies? Prostitution is a huge one. Like, and it sort of just evolved into the cost of sex and women. And so that's where we're at.
Talk about all of it. So, disclaimer, trigger warning, if you need it, if this is a sensitive topic for you, because so Heather laid out all the things we're going to talk about. If there's something in there that makes you feel uncomfortable, maybe now's the time to bow out. If you want to hang on, I love you for that. And I think it'll be worth it. We will absolutely talk about all these topics with sensitivity. But some things are just uncomfortable for people. So just want to disclose that from the top. I think you summarized everything that I hope we hit on today.
Yeah. And I have butterflies in my stomach too. And I've told you this all day. Yeah. Like, it's important to me to report the story that we started out to report in terms of like, what is the cost to be a woman? Physical cost, safety cost, the lucrative business model cost, like all of those things. But at the end of the day, like, we have a guest now who I also want to get to know as a human and as a person, to tell her story. Yeah. To hopefully either...
to complement this in a way that we can't even bring.
Yeah, and I don't actually care what people take away. I mean, I hope the takeaway is that they find...
I hope everyone takes something different
there you
away,
go.
like all over. Like, I really hope, because I did. I took a lot of different things out of the research. Do you want to talk about, like, how do you want to start where do you want to go first?
Start with prostitution. I think it's super interesting.
So let's start with prostitution. Let's talk about prostitution then.
Okay.
the oldest profession in history.
Ever.
Arguably.
Yeah.
So what do we know about that? What do you think about it? I don't know. Where, like
I've told you, I growing up, I knew no one besides Hugh Grant who got a blowjob from a prostitute, right in this Notting Hill, Julia Roberts era. That was weird.
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of personal experience.
Didn't watch.
Considering it was the oldest profession of time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so it's
not much. Never did it. Went to the Spearmint Rindo, had a great time.
I think it's now
Kinda.
considered sex work. I think we can appropriately call that sex work. I think we'll have to ask Alice too what she thinks.
Do you do digital work? Are you a digital strategist?
That covers all of it, right? It has evolved. So today, I guess quote unquote prostitution. Okay, first of all, it is illegal in almost all places. Sex work, just as a globally.
Even
So,
your reach was, yeah.
Netherlands, Germany, and New Zealand all have had some level of national decriminalization as long ago as 2003. I think that's a long time ago, to be honest.
So I graduated high school.
Yeah, okay.
That was last year.
It was the year Matt and I started dating. The U.S. only has legal brothels in certain regions of Nevada. So even Las Vegas doesn't have legal brothels, and that's because they don't want money
Is it
going.
brothels or brothels?
Brothels?
Brothels.
Help me out here.
Brothels, I think.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's just my accent,
brothels. You sound like brothels.
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 So there's certain counties, I think there's a couple of them.
In Vegas.
In Nevada. Las Vegas, the casinos lobby against legal prostitution.
Well, of course they would, because who wouldn't want to spend their money with a woman versus down a machine? I'm going to the ranch, 100%. Bitches.
And that's what they are. So they...
how do you incorporate both?
You can't... Right. So the money's going to go there no matter what. It just as out of convenience. Do you want them to spend an entire day going to the ranch, or do you want them to pop in and out? I don't know. It's just whatever.
Again, men only have so much capacity unless they're taking pills.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the other perspective. When we come at this, so we talked about women at work, women
underpaid, this and that, WNBA, how they're trying to fight for equal pay. What happens here?
Here, women are the dominant gender of the profession.
Say that again for the people in the back.
Women are the majority. I mean, this is true even on OnlyFans. It makes up something like 80% of content creation on OnlyFans, which we can kind of delve into modern sex work today. But women are the ones, and particularly with in-person sex work, parties and at brothels, men just have a capacity limit. They're just physically incapable of keeping up what it takes to do the job, even if there was a demand, and there might be. But
I see a storyline there. They just can't keep up.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
I may not be the expert. We can ask.
Science says.
Okay, so it's a $14 billion industry. Legal sex work is.
Legal.
Yeah, and that does include OnlyFans. Okay, so
I think OnlyFans is super interesting.
I do too. Brothels. They take in about $100 million a year and generate tens of millions of dollars for.
That's interesting though.
For tax revenue.
It's a $14 billion industry, and that piece of it is if that went off the P&L tomorrow, it's a rounding error.
Agreed.
Who cares?
Because of things like porn. I would think.
Right, it's all digital.
Yeah.
People can't. It's a lot more expensive to go see Alice than it is to find someone digitally.
There's about 400,000 clients annually because these only, I think there's less than a dozen, I don't know the number off the top of my head, brothels in Nevada. You can't create new ones it's just written into the laws. When they legalized it, it was a really restrictive, and I want Alice to take us through the restrictions and legality of it, but that is what I found out in my research. You can't just start a new one. You can't just be oh, this is a growing industry, I'm going to buy a house and open up shop. You have to buy an existing one. So there is a limitation. About 400,000 clients go through there annually, and the houses could have anywhere between like a couple of people to dozens of people who work for them, women who work for them, they might see anywhere between 1 to 6, 8, or 10 parties a day. And by parties, it's usually like one at a time, but, you know, a client at a time. But it could be, you know, threesomes or other things that.
So how many women are, like, in general doing this? Do we know? Like, how many people are in the industry? That'd be interesting to know, like.
I think we can.
If 400,000 people are going through there at only 12 different locations.
And it might be wrong on the locations, but it's limited what it is.
Okay.
OnlyFans, we can know this a little bit. So just like how OnlyFans works, it's a subscription content platform. You can pay creators. You can subscribe. Like, I want to subscribe to Heather Smith, and I might pay $5 a month to see content that you give to only people that pay $5 a month. But I want you to message me directly and like maybe send me pictures or talk to me in a way that I want to be talked to, or have a birthday shout out or whatever it is.
It can be like, I'm Nicki Minaj and this is my OnlyFans. I'm Black Chad and this is my OnlyFans, and I just want to wish Travis a very happy birthday.
100%.
And that could be it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be sexual.
No, yeah. It's like whatever is the request of the paying customer and like at the consent of the creator. So OnlyFans takes 20% of whatever the creators, creators get 80% of the fan spending, and OnlyFans takes 20%. The payments on the platform generated $6.6 billion in 2023, and it grew $1 billion from the year before. So they're growing at a rate of like $1 billion per year. It's like pretty incredible.
We should be like, come see Jess and I on OnlyFans, and they think they're going to see our tits, and we'd be like, so tonight on the episode of picking tomatoes from our garden, we get canceled.
We can do that. There's no reason we can't. We just might just like, it's not like they say like, boo, they just might not pay you. You know what I mean? It's
but
sort
if
of just like an opt-in. It's not an opt. No, you have to pay to see it.
Okay.
Right?
The Patreon.
It's just like Patreon, but I think the format of the content lends itself more for sex work than Patreon does.
Understood.
Mm-hmm. They have about 4 million creators and about 300 million fan accounts. Like, that's the amount of people that this was a global number, but like that's the amount of people
in the whole country.
Yeah.
It's like, it'd be like, if you could put it into perspective, every single person in this entire country, no matter where you're blinking, McDonald's or up at the Met, y'all are subscribed to OnlyFans. And I bet 80% of you are dirty birds. You ain't wishing happy birthday.
Wishing happy birthday.
Dirty birds.
Okay.
Ugh.
The high earners are Black China, Bella Thorne, Iggy Azalea, Bad
What is
Baby.
Iggy doing?
I don't know. Mia Khalifa. I don't know who that is.
Is that Wiz's lady?
Feels like it. Sophia Rain. The dollar figures are estimates, not audited payouts.
But most people make no fucking money.
So 70 to 50.
No money.
70 to 85%
Pennies on the
of the
dollar.
creators are women. So upwards of more than 3/4 of the creators are women, and a tiny top slice, 0.1% of the creators. To your point,
It's like multi-level, but same scheme as multi-level marketing.
Yes, this is
Ain't nobody making money.
not listed publicly for
Except
a fact
for
by
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. Like, we don't know this, like for an absolute fact, but there's like some pretty good estimates. So 0.1% of the creators, basically the ones that I read out loud, capture a very large share of that income. Many creators earn modest amounts, and some people believe that it is kind of in the realm of like 50 to 60,000 a year, which is like not awful to work out of your bedroom, but also, you know.
Also, like, if you and I were making $100,000 doing this podcast, we would not be sad. Right?
Yeah,
like,
no,
to your point, like,
yeah.
that's a fucking side hustle, making an extra $60,000.
Yeah.
That's the bonus of director level people.
But here's the thing. I do think like a majority of
And the base income of most American people who are working 50, 60 hours a week.
Yeah,
not bad.
No. I do think these people have to work kind of a lot of hours to get to that.
Are you working
level of
100 hours of like happy birthday messages and tit pics or what?
So some people are outsourcing the DMs to like workers in India. They're not even
They're
doing
like,
it.
hey, baby. And it's literally ChatGPT.
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
It's bad.
We need to set that up. I'm not judging. You want me to DM you?
Yeah.
That's it? Like,
Because
you need a friend that bad you're going to pay me? Tune into the show. This is free. Like, what are you doing?
I know.
Really?
I know.
Walter needs someone to just be like, you're so smart and cute. And
The DMs and chat sales are cited as the dominant source of revenue
I cannot.
for creators.
I cannot.
And then they're like outsourcing.
you
them
all
because it
want a
takes so
pen
much
pal.
time.
You all want a pen pal. A perverted pen pal.
So OnlyFans is totally legal in almost all countries except for countries like Saudi Arabia.
I'm nervous, Jessica. I know I'm
Qatar.
not normally wanting to be on time. It's 7:02. Are we supposed to do something? Is she doing something? Are we being patient and cool? Like, what's
We're
happening?
going to go on the link, on the Google link.
But it's 7.
At 7:30.
Oh.
7:30.
I was like, what are we doing?
7:30. We're
Okay.
good. Do you want me to double check that she said 7:30? And I did it on a calendar, but it's 7:30. Okay. Escorts. So escorts are technically legal because they're not considered prostitution. They're considered companions.
Yep. 100%.
Okay.
My biggest joke in life is if everything ever happens to Mike Smith and I don't get a girlfriend, which is my new strategy, I will marry an old man with a bad heart. Let the fucker kick the bucket, call her a day. I'll be his companion for a minute.
Uh-huh.
Look at him in a little AI doll. I'm kidding. But
Okay.
companionship is really interesting. Like I will tell you, real talk, I started waitressing at Oscars when I was 18 years old. I had worked as a dishwasher in the back of the house and like a Mullins, if you are west of 30, shout out to west of Mullins, at a diner, like a diner you see
Yeah.
on the TV with the wallpaper and I did wash dishes. They didn't even let me in the front of the house. I was
Yeah.
too young. When you were ripping heaters at Little Chef and eating your eggs at the same time.
Yeah.
I went from that. I went from the farm and my parents and like a normal life and like a little bit of exposure to like teenagers and kids through like my dad being a teacher and a coach to Mullins. To realizing who the fuck wants to get up at 5 a.m. for $5.15 an hour.
Right.
And it would be better just to follow my parents' rules than to say I'm going to make my own money.
Yeah.
So that was my tactic. I don't
Right.
need you. I'm going to make my own money.
Right.
And if you don't control my money, you don't control me.
Right.
Still sort of my MO.
Same. Deeply.
Like,
I was the same person. I rode my bike 6 miles to make $5.15 an hour.
I don't care. Like, if I want to get the chapstick, I'm getting it. And I'm not judging and I'm not waiting for you. And you're also
Like,
not going
I'm
to tell
out.
me I'm not going to buy you a car because I'm not going to do a certain thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay.
I'll
I'll
go
just make
buy
my
my
own
own car.
But Mullins sucked fucking ass. It was terrible. And then I went and worked to what today is Asian Express. I worked at the Korean house way back when it was like literally homemade Korean food where the grandma pie, Oma, cooked it in the back.
Yeah.
And then I went and did some Dao co-op jobs. And then I started working at Oscars when I was 18. Mm-hmm. And I saw men pay for companionship through tips.
Okay.
They would sit and order a Bud Light and sit at the end of the bar and drool over whether it
Yeah.
was us bitching about the cooks
Yeah.
or we're going to, or so-and-so.
Whatever. Anything. Like
And give $30, $40 tips just to sit there for a couple hours and watch and be a part of
your experience. Yeah.
the young women's likely experience. I also saw men for the very first time in my life, particularly men, actually think 18-year-old me was gonna like bite at the gesture because I didn't grow up with a dad who, or really any men around me, luckily, that, and unluckily,
Yeah.
I mean, some experience gives you some sort of stranger danger.
Yeah.
But like no men in my family ever
creepers.
were creepers. Like they didn't make inappropriate comments about us in our bathing suit, like nothing. So to me, like it was almost a laughable offense. You're going to pay me $40 on an $8 beer because you actually think like, and I actually had to kind of curb my friendliness and who I was
Yeah.
because just generally who I was led on to some sort of something where they
Yeah.
want. But it was my very first experience at like this very minuscule level. And I know
Where
for
you're, like,
sure
seeing behind
if
that
I would have
curtain.
allowed the onion to get peeled back, like,
Yeah.
oh, we'll go grab coffee. Oh, you're going to go fix my car.
Yeah.
Oh, the car fixing goes into, and I saw that happen.
Yeah.
That was my first like experience into
That endeavor.
the human element of paying for any sort of interaction.
Yeah.
And I imagine that sex just amplifies that times
Right.
Like sensories. Like
Yeah.
if that's even on the table,
Yeah.
is just wild. That's my first experience with like companionship.
Isn't that so crazy?
Interesting.
Yeah.
And we're talking, they generally weren't, stinky coffee guy, because we had names for everybody.
Jelly Roll's wife was an escort.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Las Vegas.
Who wouldn't want to pay to hang out with her?
Right. So
that's why I roll over in the morning and be like, can we get a girlfriend? Can we go hang out with Bunny?
Okay, so not everybody is like, so we're talking about like the economics of the women's bodies. So we talked about like the very obvious one where you're like literally paying for companionship, or you're literally paying for sex in the case of sex work or sexual content on OnlyFans. But there are other elements of like the price of or cost of the women's body, and that comes out in regular professions, and then like the cost of upkeep. So I want to talk about those things before we hop on our call. Do you know how many times more, like female politicians have X amount of times more mentions of their appearance than men?
Oh, I bet. I can't even. I don't know. Donald Trump could have switched that switch, because he is like, he's been made fun of for his hair, his skin. Yeah. So I think if you wanted to
like what they're wearing too, though, is an element.
What you're wearing, how you're talking.
Like criticize, like the media reporting on her.
I even think about Donald Trump's press secretary. They call her a fucking moron. Well, she's not a fucking moron.
But they comment on what she's wearing. Like,
constantly. Or how hot she is. Or
for better or for worse.
Thank God she's blonde hair and blue-eyed, because if she wasn't, the Democrats say you couldn't stand thinking about her. And
that's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
So 6 times female politicians are...
Why politicians? Is that the...
Okay. I just looked at that metric because like we talk about them.
Yeah,
so I just like looked at that metric specifically because I know it's a point of context. So female politicians' bodies and their appearance is commented on in the media, in public media. I don't even think just talking about like social media, but public media reported on 6 times more than men, and their marital status is reported 8 times more than male politicians, their male counterparts. We talk...
Can I tell you something?
Yeah,
after
please.
been through the ringer, the way we've been through it in corporate world, and also like had lovely experiences, that does not surprise me, because the level of perfection that we have to perform on relative to our counterparts, I don't mean to make it a gender thing, but it's sometimes is a gender thing.
100%. Yeah.
Just different expectations and allowances for men versus women.
100%. It's just a fact, a reality at the moment. And I think it's important for us to call it out. So, what was the other point on that?
Yeah. Fire.
Oh, so we do talk a little bit about like women in sports. We've discussed or like have that on the docket for this season. So that being fresh in my mind, how much more did Anna Kournikova make on magazine covers than she did on the court?
So first of all, when I asked my kid who Anna Kournikova was, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
They weren't even born, bitch.
The only reason I know her is because she came to Midland for the Midland Tennis Classic.
Oh!
I think she was 15 or 16. We'll have to look it up. But she played here in Midland. And I do remember the fanfare being around a beautiful woman who played tennis. Not
3% of her income came from tennis. 97% of her income came from magazine covers and to some degree endorsements too. She wasn't really like major.
What do you think about that?
So Tiger Woods, in comparison, made about 10% of his earnings on the course, and 90%.
That makes sense. Nike gave him an incredible deal.
A huge deal.
Like, I remember that. I remember the talk around that in my community.
I don't think I saved it, but I did look up more modern. So like Serena, who was also is and was phenomenal in her sport, was more on like the 13% and of court money. Versus endorsements being the alternative. And then...
but still, you're making your money through promotion and marketing, not from the actual sport.
And LeBron was like 25% in the sport.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot.
Yeah.
But 70%, his brand is huge.
Totally. And what it's telling me, though, and like his deals on the court, like he's been paid well. But what it's telling me, though, is no matter what. So like Tiger Woods is the male era of that era. In that, like, whatever. Maybe I could have looked up different
His
people.
his deals have been blown out of the water since then. Like his $100 million Nike deal is like.
But the men were always like proportionately higher
in terms of their revenue generated from the sport versus their endorsements.
And that's what they're there for. Yeah. So I don't know. And I'm comparing like the sport varies. Like we discussed that, but just, food for thought.
Well, I mean, the WNBA is still struggling with stories of Sophie saying, "Stop throwing dildos at us. You're going to get us hurt."
That really makes me sad.
What the fuck, bro? First of all, who's fucking weird enough to either bring a used or buy a new one?
Like,
either way, you're gross and you're wasting your money. Like, go give your money to fucking nonprofit. Like, go give your money to fucking someone on your street who needs something. That's fucking, first of all, the weird. Then you're gonna throw it at another. Then you're gonna spend the ticket. Then you're gonna fucking get there, and then you're gonna throw it on the court.
And like, what?
That's scary.
It's
that
scary.
would scare me.
It's gross. Like, what kind of person do you think you are? Like, to think that that's funny.
If you're doing that, someone should just take a real big old schlonger when you get out of that and just be ready. Like some dude who just wants to like prison style, You're going to throw that on women, then you just should get out of there and they would just make life easier, right? We don't leave it up to the court system. Like if you enter the stadium and you throw
karma do its justice. Like you walk out, bend over.
What do they call that when you get hit in the face with a thing? Cock slapped or something? Is that what it is? Yeah. Is there a new word? Is there a different word besides that?
I don't remember, but I feel like, yeah, like.
You want to throw a big old plastic thing at someone's head? All right, motherfucker, I'll show you what a real one feels.
And if one of those girls on the court walked up.
They're going to hurt them. They're going to trip. They're going to fall.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Some of those are full-blown grenades.
If she picked one up and smacked somebody on the face. Okay, so I watched Luke Bryan take, like, somebody. So he was at, like, a really old-school country concert, like a Charlie Daniels band jam.
Yeah.
I went to it. Fucking blast.
It's called a fucking shindig, a hoedown, like a legit hoedown.
It was so cool. It was
figure eight of fucking music.
But like Charlie Daniels band, Kid Rock, that's like a whole vibe. And then we got like Luke Bryan, who's invited and played at the same concert, and publicized for it, whatever. People in the crowd held up signs that said, like a person in the crowd held up sign that said something like "your jeans are too tight" or like something rude, like. Something about
you came all the way to my show to be a dick.
Yeah,
bro, what?
And he was like in the first or second row, so he told the guy,
come on,
I have a video of it. He told the guy to like come up here, and when he did, maybe it's not even my video, like my revisionist history, but there is a video of it. The guy Luke Bryan waved him up, and when the guy walked up there, like he thought he was going to be welcomed on stage by somebody he was literally just criticizing. He had the mic in his hand and punched him in the face. And we were like, what the fuck just happened? Like, this is the craziest thing.
And then he paid him to go away.
Yeah, the dude left. Like, he got escorted out.
Bye, bitch. Yeah. Who does that?
I know.
Who comes to someone else? That's why I'm glad we have our own show.
Luke Bryan can do that, but I don't think these girls on the court can do that. Okay, we do have, like, a couple more things I do really think we should get through before we get on.
And before we get on, I literally need 1:30 to pee. Like, yeah. Because I don't want to interrupt when she gets on.
So, cost of maintenance for like us regular girls who are not escorts, and like so we talked about like
also we're like upper middle class because the median income in this country is $40,000. People are not spending 10% of their income on their eyelashes, but maybe they are.
The range of cost, like the range in average cost, because
to maintain, we call this run and maintain this facade.
Is anywhere between $1,000 and over $4,000, or like about $4,000, $1,000 and $4,000 a year.
So whether
I think you're probably $4,000, I'm more like $700.
I spend a lot on skin care, not skin procedures, but
I have like a Vino for $10 twice
every 3 months. I spend $500 on skin product.
I'm getting more expensive. I do Botox, but
I don't have that. I have my real eyelashes. I have had that. That's expensive. I haven't had that since February. So I'm about to come back.
So why did we do that? We're just regular people. We're not sex workers or OnlyFans, or I mean, you and I are on camera, but we're not. Like what we get paid for is not on camera.
Well, I have to look at my fucking self, people. What point does self matter?
But there is a self-reflection here. So you shared this with me. This is research that like I sit back and sit with that was feel like is provoked by the things that that you shared with me. 79% of women have experienced negative body image. 80% describe themselves as fat. Mm-hmm. More than 5,000 ads are published every year related to beauty and appearance-focused ads. If we're to do the math, that's 14 to 15 ads per day. If ads are 30 seconds long, which is like maybe the average, that's 2,630 minutes per year we see professional content about appearance, women's appearance, 44 hours of exposure annually. For a whole work week, nonstop, a work week.
It's enough to send you to the partial.
94% of fashion models are overweight, but 75% of women wear plus-size clothing, and only 18% of clothing are made for plus-size women.
That's still wild to me that no one will make bigger clothes.
Like, it's just a sense of
If
market.
I had the fucking capacity to push that shit out, I would, because everyone deserves to. I don't understand.
Just think about the business.
Just think about it if you don't even care about big people.
Yeah, just think
make
about the
some
business.
money.
Yeah. 80% of young girls manipulate their images, and 60% feel upset that their real appearance doesn't match their edited portraits.
Oy.
I mean, I did put a filter on today because I didn't look very good this morning, and I was like, maybe when I do my makeup, I should try that harder with that, to look like that filter. That was the first time I'd ever thought that, though. The Dove Self-Esteem Project estimates that the U.S. body dissatisfaction results in $305 billion in lost economic value, in which I will say I believe much of that is real. And how do you quantify that? Because when I tried to break that down, I did spend a decent amount of time.
How do you take feeling with time off?
That as
unless they're really
loss?
having like a CIG report where it's like, Jessica called off today because she had a pimple.
So
what is the difference between people calling off because they have a period versus a physical?
And how can you?
And how are you collecting the data?
Right, yeah. Agreed. So I'll just report what is described. So it is estimated that lost productivity and workforce participation is 31% of that. And the only thing that I can equate that to, I saw like a life-changing, I think he's like a neuroscientist from the University of Michigan. It was like an experience I think about still on the regular. I can see his face, and I probably could come up with his name, but I wasn't even thinking about sharing the story, so I didn't come prepared with that. But what he said was, it was a whole message of inclusivity, and it was when I worked at Dow. I was just felt really thankful for this experience. I've never experienced anything like this at any of the companies I worked for. He was a researcher who studied like brain activity when people felt safe, when they felt scared, when they felt, all of these feelings. And if you are somebody who is feels like the outgroup at work, which was what the conversation was, if you feel like the outgroup at work for any reason, and you feel like you are not in a safe place, your brain activity looks a certain way. So he reports, he can see all of that.
That's a fact.
So then
I experienced that.
Yep. And when your brain is thinking I do not belong here, I'm not welcome here, my ideas don't matter, you're actually obsessing, and your brain is thinking about and spending like a decent amount of capacity. The research is something like 30% of capacity, of your brain capacity, focusing on like whether or not I belong, and if I'm even accepted, and like how to make myself accepted here. And that is an expense to productivity.
Oh yeah, facts.
So 31% of like the 300 billion that Dove says, like, it's just such an astronomical number. But I think like that is the productivity loss of just feeling of being like disassociated and obsessing on something that was like belonging, or
does that have to do with gender and appearance, do you think? Like what percentage of that 30%?
It could be that I'm the new person. What they're talking about is all those facts that I rattled off. Like the end result is I show up in my daily life and I'm not enough, I think is like sort of the context. Or like for me, I don't fit into the work clothes that I wore when I went into the office before I had kids. Like COVID was when I started having kids, when I was pregnant.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, so I don't have clothes that I wear into the office that fits my body as my body is now. Mm-hmm. So I bought some for my recent work trip, but 100%, no, like Yes, like factually, I'm thinking about that while I'm meeting my new work group. I did all that I could to prepare for that, like me and my personal thing. And I'm aware of all of that. But like certainly a proportion of my mindset is thinking about my appearance.
Are they going to think I'm this? Am I going to look okay? Like, right, feel good on the look, present yourself on the outside with confidence, and that helps the inside.
Yeah. So even if you're not taking like a personal health day off because
Understood.
my selfie doesn't match
Yep.
my skin tone today, there's maybe some distraction involved. I would certainly imagine that.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
Ooh, I love the cosmetic
Okay,
surgery.
check.
Do cosmetic surgery and let
Yep.
me go potty.
let me just.
The facts are it's not much longer.
Yeah, there's nothing more I really wanted to cover. I just want to just do a double.
That's next. What's service
Yeah.
and gig work? I forgot.
Just that, like, if you're a woman and appearance matters, especially in gig work, like if you are going to take, like, if you're,
A commercial or like a gig, like more of a showbiz type.
can be, but
Entertainment.
increasingly, like, even, like Uber driver is considered gig work. So if your appearance matters, and sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Flight
like
attendant?
in the actual,
Is that a gig?
yes. Well, so gig would be like I show up when I want to or when I don't.
Yeah.
So flight attendant, not so much, but I think that's a very interesting category. But like even an Uber driver could get like fewer tips because of the way they look. I don't know if there's facts against that. I don't have that research, but those are biases. Like even waitresses, right? Like waitresses might receive fewer tips if they don't look as
100%.
well, right?
Bankers, waitresses, same thing in the inverse. Like you might be more apt to get a loan if you look a certain way.
Okay, so cosmetic surgery is certainly a growing, like invasive and non-invasive cosmetic procedures are absolutely growing. They started in 1920s with facelifts, silicone implants in the 1960s, plastic surgery expanded in the 1980s, and today nearly 10% of people who endeavor in these procedures actually go into debt in a buy now, pay later credit card to afford these types of beauty services. It's something as basic, this is not cosmetic surgery, but like something as basic as men's haircuts, like without color, and women's haircuts with color. Women's haircuts are double the amount of men's cuts by and large. And like the basis of that is considered like, well, there's just more hair to be cut. And I don't know, I think that's kind of bullshit, but
I also think that my boys spend like $40 an hour, $40 for a really good haircut, and they're only in there like 25, 30 minutes plus tip. Yeah. I think the service industry is going up in general because crafts are.
yeah, and like cost of living is just expensive and people gotta live. Rhinoplasty? Oh no. Okay. Rhinoplasty is extremely popular under the age of 34. Non-invasive methods like fillers and peels also dominate 83% of procedures for people who are under 35. Women who are in their 20s and 30s are choosing under eye bag removal, which is about $5 to $10,000.
More than tits?
It's the growing number. It's like one of the top. I guess I don't
This would be
know.
an interesting question for you and for me.
I think small tits.
If you could get any plastic surgery right now, no questions asked, not saying I wouldn't want it is not an option. Like you have to, first against the wall. What would you get?
Probably tummy tuck or my chin right here. Like I think about this all the time. Only recently because I'm getting a lot more camera angles. That weird.
I fucking hate it.
But I have this like weird chin thing going on. Actually, I think that's what I would do. I would see if I could get like. I have been thinking, can I get a filler to just round that out? So it's because it's like a chin, like a really distinctive chin. So like, what can I do to just see that little thing? How it like indents.
Yeah, I got that.
Something with my chin and my neck, I think that'd probably be my first thing, or a tummy tuck. But I just don't think that would be useful right now. Like maybe in a couple of years.
I think that I would maybe do something about keeping my face up.
Yeah, there you go.
Or
Menopause makeovers are
picking
on the
my
rise right now.
picking
by
my
the way.
ladies back up.
Tummy tucks, brow lifts, nose jobs are all what is popular for us right now. I do think breast
People
list.
finance this generally.
Yeah. Well, so it's hard to say. So it said that 10% of people go in debt to have these surgeries performed.
Okay.
Anyways, that's what I got for you.
I love that. I don't. I think the takeaway is it's expensive to be us. It's becoming more. The word expense is really interesting. Like expensive at the expense of, naming your price of expense. Like really interesting. I think what's interesting is, let's just say for sake of gender conversation, just like half the population. Mm-hmm. It's really interesting to be seen, thought of, perceived, and like slow progression of history to see equal of the other 50%. Mm-hmm. Like that has been a slow roll. Like there is a disparaging still between, we talk about it, the amount of wealth, the amount of land, the amount of, right, just things that have happened in the last not only 50 years that gave us equal rights. That's interesting to be seen as less than, but then like see this angle and be like, oh,
yeah,
y'all pay a premium for a certain portion of us.
Right.
Still today.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting dichotomy to think about, to think that in one aspect we're not worth much and in another we're worth a whole bunch.
Mm-hmm. All based on about like
sex,
yeah,
looks, the desire to tap into something y'all are never gonna have. And that is
fascinating.
Fascinating.
Yeah, minimally.